Margaret Carey, and she was at Stage 9 today on K Street. Famed animator Mark Davis drew Tinkerbell's antics based on Carey's acting. As many of you know, Tinkerbell doesn't say a word in the film, but it was her movements, her body motions, and her face that was recreated into the iconic character. While at Stage 9, Carey talked about being the inspiration behind the beloved character.
As I stepped out in front of the camera the first time, I said, "What do you want her to be?" And he said, "We want her to be you." So he had these wonderful 2 dimensions character, and then I gave her a 3rd dimension. It sounds a little boastful, but it's true.
It's not bragging if it's true. The animator who created Tinkerbell also animated Cinderella and Alice in Wonderland. He also created whimsical concepts for some of the rides at Disneyland, including the Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, and It's a Small World. There are too many iconic Disney characters to even count, and Tinkerbell is definitely one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Great to meet Margaret today, for sure.
I'm sure your daughters will want to be Tinkerbell at some point, right?
Oh, yeah, that's already been floated. We actually haven't seen Peter Pan as a family yet,
Okay.
so it's on the list, though. We're going one by one.
I was Wendy, never Tinkerbell, though.
Really?
Funerals in Acapulco are much more fulfilling than those in the U.S. Instead of the eeriness of placing someone down deep in the ground with dirt, it's New Orleans style, as I like to call it. Loved ones are buried above ground as crowns of flowers surround them. There are crosses and decorations left behind to remember them by. Everything pretty much looks the same, except for some new things here and there. The Hamilton Center being one of them. This is the new Crosby, the hangout center for the next generation. With Starbucks, amazing patio views, inspirational quotes, and fun around the corner.
Rink in Sacramento celebrated men and women in uniform today. Active duty and veterans were welcome to the rink for free. They got to skate all day, and it was a way to honor those who serve the country. This season, the ice rink will be open every day except Christmas. General admission for the skate rink is $12. The trains pulled pretend passengers and small shipments through scenery set up in the museum. Event organizers say this is a fun way to teach visitors about model trains and collections.
We're educational and interpretive. We want to tell the important stories that the railroads brought us when they joined California to the rest of the United States. But we also want people to have a really good time while they're here.
The big Weekend of Small Trains event is typically held the weekend after Thanksgiving, but this year it was moved to earlier in the month to help kick off the holiday season. And Dennis, you know, it finally feels...
Getting kids away from screens to good old outdoor screams is the goal of Sacramento State's Peak Adventures Challenge Center. A place where students and adults of all ages can challenge themselves while enjoying the outdoors.
Okay, yo, and I'm Emma.
We do all kinds of games and activities on the ground that promote making groups a little bit better before they leave the course here. And then we also promote individual growth through climbing up onto one of these courses here.
One of the many features here at the Challenge Center is the adrenaline pumping course called the Dive. Ah!
Open to the entire student body, the Challenge Center gives students access to the outdoors. That's one main reason the university earned the title as one of the most outdoorsy schools in the country, placing 3rd out of 100 campuses, according to the nonprofit Outdoor Nation.
Whether it's Lake Tahoe, San Francisco, the beach, the mountains, we are so centrally located that you can really hit any sort of fun outdoor activity just by hopping in your car for 30 minutes.
Sac State student Anthony Dementko says he definitely thinks the university deserves the title, saying students are always enjoying the outdoors on and off campus.
All the time, yeah. We have a bike path around campus. I see people biking all the time, walking on it, riding their penny boards or skateboards, longboards, all that good stuff, and yeah, just having a good time outdoors.
In Sacramento, Sarah Acosta, Fox 40 News.
For the next 2 days, the sounds of power tools and hammers will fill this home on O Street in downtown Sacramento.
This is an old home, so it really needs it.
Inside this home is the Teen Challenge Crisis Center, a nonprofit that helps men battling addiction get help, many of them veterans. Douglas Wooden is one of their success stories.
I was nervous at first and got into the groove. I have a lot of curriculum, classes, work projects, stuff like that I had to get used to.
Wooden, a Navy veteran, joined Teen Challenge needing help with alcohol addiction. Now he's helping others. This project made possible by the Home Depot.
The plan is to do as much as we possibly can in 2 days. Probably going to have about 75 volunteers total, so it's going to be a lot of people in here.
And Home Depot is putting their money where their mouth is.
Typically, this amount of work will cost around $40,000 just in materials, and that does not include labor. A lot of the associates taking time from helping out on the sales floor to renovating floors inside this home.
And they've got a lot of kind of outdated appliances. We're going to go through and replace those. The flooring throughout here has been kind of beaten up, so we're going to put some nice new vinyl plank flooring in here. Painting most of the inside of the house. We're replacing blinds throughout.
Patrick Rhodes, a Navy veteran himself, now works as a sales associate for Home Depot. He feels it's his duty to support his military brothers.
That's one of my favorite parts of working at Home Depot, is coming out and giving people a hand. I get a sense of pride in coming and helping my brothers out.
In Sacramento, Pedro Rivera, Fox 40 News.
Holmes Junior High School in Davis, empty on a Friday morning, after an anonymous threat was made claiming a gun was going to be brought and used at school. The Davis Joint Unified School District announced the closure Thursday evening. In a letter emailed to parents, the school principal said they chose to close the school today, quote, in light of a recent shooting in Northern California, referring to the mass shooting in Tehama County on Tuesday.
There is definitely a sense that this is a very cautious approach. Safety is our top priority, and we want to make sure we have a safe environment and also space to conduct an investigation. We are getting ready to go on Thanksgiving break, and so this investigation will continue into that break.
The threat was made via the app Stop It, which allows students to report threats of violence anonymously to schools. The district says they don't have the ability to trace a report to find out who reported the threat, but are working with police to find a suspect. In the meantime, Davis police say the most important thing parents can do is keep an open line of communication with their kids.
Best thing I can say is to talk to their kids and report suspicious behavior, because that's really a lot of times how the school shootings get stopped.
In Davis, Sarah Acosta, Fox 40 News.